What is the meaning of life? Why are we here? The biggest questions of all. The questions that have dogged the greatest minds for centuries. It makes me look up to the heavens in awe at our vast, magnificent universe and wonder at the possibilities of what life is all about. Join me on a journey to understand more about who we are, why we're here, and to discover more happiness, meaning, and purpose. Thoughts and words are energy, just like everything in the universe. They are not dead things, they're alive. If there are enough thoughts and words of the same type repeated, those thoughts and conditionings can create matter. Einstein's famous equation, E equals mc squared. Energy and matter are inherently linked, and therefore, thought energy and matter are also inextricably linked. But how? Remember at the start of the film, we talked about the tiny little vibrating strings which might make up everything in our universe. So-called superstring theory, subscribed to by such eminent scientists as Professor Stephen Hawking. The idea is that everything in the universe could simply be vibrations, masquerading as matter. Thoughts are also just vibrations. One thought cannot influence reality by itself, but repetitive thoughts and emotions of the same kind may eventually manifest as matter. Remember we spoke about the inherent unity or oneness in the universe, that everything's connected in what some people have termed the morphic field, a field that connects everything. So we could say that those vibrating thoughts interact and attract exactly those people and situations which resonate with that particular type of thought. In fact, there are even technologies that can detect the energy signature, the frequency of one particular thought. What affects the vibrations that we send out? Well, of course, it's our thoughts, our emotions, our words and actions, which are all powered by our conditionings. If our repetitive thoughts are positive and our feelings are uplifting and inspiring, our environment will be affected accordingly. I mean, sometimes we can feel that energy when we walk into a room. We can say that we feel a good or bad vibe from someone. Activities such as meditation and visualization have the power to focus our thoughts and so create powerful, positive vibrations that influence the reality around us. What we do physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually all affect our consciousness. Even what we eat, the company we keep, what we watch on TV, physical exercise, all has vibrational energy that can affect us. Where is the attention of our minds? What do we regularly think about? Have we trained our minds to be focused on good, beneficial thoughts, or does it get bogged down in negativity? Remember, what's in here affects what's out there. Wherever our mind hangs out, we'll experience more of that in our lives. That is why self-awareness and using the 4S technique can help us to cleanse our mind of negativities and visualize the outcomes that we choose. Now, if we choose those outcomes with gratitude and also accept whatever comes up, then we unshackle ourselves from fear. We become happier and more independent. Finally, if the world is just a projection of my own conditionings, then how is it that other people see the same world? Could it be that each of the projected realities all cross over perfectly to create one reality? We are, of course, the U for unity. That there is in fact only one of us witnessing this reality, one being, one soul. And each local unit, each individual soul, has its own unique relative perspective. Just like in a theatre show, there is only one show, one play, and one audience watching it. Yet each actor in the play will see the show from a different angle and interpret it differently according to their own coloured perspectives. So we are all co-creating together this magical experience we call life. As we end this section, I wanted to refer to the quantum physics section from the beginning of the film. Now, we've spoken about two realms, the physical realm and the spiritual realm, and it sounds like they're separate. But in fact, could it be that they're made of the same stuff? Could the physical realm simply be a projection of the spiritual realm? In the spiritual realm, there is the one pure consciousness, which is the principle of existence itself. It's eternal, infinite, everywhere at all times. As if all there is light. In the projector analogy, this is the light from the bulb that penetrates everywhere, as the pure white light of consciousness. Now, as that pure white light passes through the film reel of conditionings, it creates the universe, the people and situations. It appears the light has changed. It appears as though we have created something new, something separate, a new world, the movie projected on the screen. However, the movie is still just made up of light. Every character, every situation is just light. And if we switch the projector off, we switch off our reality and the movie ends. It is the light projecting through the film reel which creates the appearance of people and situations, the dramas of our lives. But it's still all just light, just like the source. It's not a separate entity. This leads us to a startling conclusion. Could it be that the manifest physical world is actually within the spiritual realm? They aren't separate. Could it be that they are both pervaded and made up of the same stuff, consciousness? In the projector example, light is the basic building block. In the same way, is consciousness the basic building block of all existence. We hinted at this idea in day 3, when we spoke about a dream. In a dream, your mind is not in the dream world. The dream world is in your own mind. The people and situations of your dream are made up out of the building blocks of your own consciousness. We are simply the space within which the dream unfolds. And what actually influences the type of dream world that we enter? It's our conditionings of the day. The vibrations in our consciousness influence the type of people and situations that manifest in our dreams at night. Could it be that in the waking state, the same things are happening to us as if we were in a dream state? That our conditionings are affecting what manifests within our consciousness? And in the waking state, could it be that there's an even higher state of awareness, an ultimate reality to which we are blinded? I often gaze out at the ocean in wonder, in how vast, how huge this ocean actually is. It's unfathomable. And within this ocean, how many billions of creatures probably live within it? It helps me to quieten my mind, helps me to realize how insignificant my problems are in the vastness of creation. Imagine that the ocean is like the oneness, the totality, the total sum of everything that exists. And each of us are like waves, simply surfing the ocean of totality. Now, when we're a wave, then we think that we're separate to the ocean. But of course, a wave can never be separate to the ocean itself. A wave is always connected to the ocean. It's born from the ocean, and it dissolves back into the ocean. And what is the ocean and the wave made up of? Well, they're both made up of the same stuff. They're both made up of water. It's all just water. So in the same way, maybe we are the separate waves, the separate ego, and the oneness is the ocean. And the water is just consciousness. Consciousness that pervades everything. We as temporary waves were born from that ocean, and we dissolve back into that ocean. And temporarily, we perceive ourselves as a separate wave because of the ego. But can we recognize ourselves as part of this one ocean, even whilst we're a wave? If we can do that, then we can realize that actually all that exists, all that we are, is just water, is just consciousness. Something for us to wonder at, the grandest mystery of all, that silences the mind and opens the heart. How is this knowledge useful to us? How is this knowledge that the world may just be a projection of our own consciousness actually practically useful? Well, firstly, it emphasizes that we can align our thinking with what we choose to have in life, rather than allowing unconscious negative thoughts to overwhelm us. Secondly, it can help us to not take it all so seriously, to see it as impermanent, to see it all just like a drama unfolding, a play, matter playing with matter, consciousness having fun. Of course, if life is a game, wouldn't it be useful to know the rules of the game? Because if we don't know the rules, then we suffer. We could hypothesize 3 main rules. Firstly, we've forgotten who we are, and the purpose of the game is to remember. People in situations are a projection of our own conditionings to help us grow. And thirdly, all that exists is the one blissful, loving, unified, eternal consciousness within which the game is being played. When we remind ourselves of the rules, we don't take the ups and downs of life so seriously. It's easier to become the loving witness because we see it all as part of life's rich tapestry. There is a system here which is working perfectly, despite how it may seem on the surface. This certainly helps me relax and try and enjoy the play, rather than getting so attached. When problems come into our lives, can we let go and see it all as a drama unfolding in the grand theatre of our lives?
Now, in this section, we've talked a lot about how our reality is created by our past conditionings. But does this mean we have no free will? That everything that happens in our lives is predetermined and we are a victim of destiny? A victim of our past, stranded on a never-ending treadmill to nowhere? Or do we have free will? This is what we'll cover in the next part of the film.
Our thoughts and conditionings are just vibrations in our own consciousness. Each conditioning has a unique vibrational signature. Repetitive thoughts, whether positive or negative, influence the reality that is manifested through their vibrational impact. Therefore, self-awareness is important, so we can channel negative thought energy towards the direction we choose to take. The building blocks of the entire universe may be consciousness, just like in a dream. And a particular type of matter manifests according to the vibrational frequency of those thoughts. We can see life as a game for us to journey back to blue. In the next video, we'll look at whether we have any free will or whether everything is predetermined.